Which role has more impact on the game, mid or AD carry? Guys, come on. Are you guys even playing the same game as I do? But yeah, I think top lane is the worst designed role in the game. Like honestly, top lane is like so fucking boring, and it's so like low impact role. You can only like solo lose the game as top laner. You can barely ever solo win it. I mean, there is like some metas where it was nice, but right now, like top lane is just so trash. And AD carry is the second worst design role because you are just like so dependent on everyone else, and sometimes it feels really really nice, but most of the times it doesn't. But when you get used to it, it's pretty strong role. Okay, so basically like my list, and I spoke with this about mid recently, actually is like top lane, then AD carry, then jungle, then support, then mid. In like impact in roles, I guess, like impact in roles. And obviously there is like a big difference between either of the roles, and it's just like for top lane, because I played like a bit of top lane and I was just winning my lane. And the whole like mid bot side was just so doomed and I couldn't do anything. I was just so useless, and then I was thinking like, wow, top lane is so trash. What the fuck, man? Such a bad role. And then I played. I think support is pretty chill role. I could see myself maining support. Like it's pretty chill, honestly. It's a chill role, and most people are pretty bad at it. So what else? Yeah, I think mid is most fun because you can play everything. Like you can play support, you can play jungler, you can play the carry, and you can play top laner in one role. That's why mid is most fun, because you can just play everything, honestly. And you're always impactful because you're in the center of the map, so you can always have an impact in the game, and you go through many different metas. Whereas like AD carry, you're in every single meta you're dependent on your jungle and support, and obviously the rest of the team as well, mid as well. And I think that once you get your items, AD carry is really fun. But until then, it's just about your own mini game. Like for me, I was having a bit of a hard time transitioning again from mid to AD. Like nothing like gameplay wise, because I think it's like pretty easy to play. Because I already played it the whole year, like last year, right? But there's like so many mindset changes you have to do in your brain to properly adapt from one role to another. It's just a different. So it's honestly like a different game you're playing, and it's kind of nice, I guess, in a way, because I get like so much experience in adapting to situations. But I think you just have to find what you enjoy on AD carry. Like, what do you enjoy actually playing? Like, why do you enjoy playing AD? And I personally like, I actually enjoy like farming minions and like being strong in the game. So if you like just like have strong mental state, and you can just like farm minions and just get to the point where you're strong in the game, it feels pretty good. But then there's also like, you have to be able to adapt from when you see how your support plays in the first like 2 levels of laning phase. You have to completely change your playstyle from one way to another. Because if you, let's say, try to play aggressive, or like not aggressive, like good, if you try to play perfect League and your support doesn't, you will get heavily punished. And if your support can't do that, then you have to just play like less perfect and just play to not die. So it's a lot about like adapting to situations in game. And yeah, if you like getting one shots, then you probably also play the carry because everything one shots you. But there's also like some thrill in it, you know. There's also like some thrill in like, oof, like enemy, like last game for example, enemy had like a really fat Kazakh, and like, am I gonna get one shot by this Kazakh right now, or am I gonna survive and outplay him? And yeah, when you do it, it feels really good. How to carry games that you carry when you're the only one ahead? When you're the only one ahead, I mean, it depends on the context of the game. Like sometimes it's just like not really possible, you know. But most of the time, it's just about knowing what items you really spike at and how to team fight against certain champions. You just have to know what to expect from each champion on enemy team, and when you know that, then you know how far away you can stand, and like what I like about League is that like literally every single click matters. I think if you do like one wrong click in a team fight, it can lose your life or make you not get a kill when you could get a kill. So just like keeping perfect distance from champions that can kill you to hitting whenever you can is the art of AD carry. I don't think using skills on AD carries is that hard. They are most of the time very simple actually, but it's I guess just about knowing how to use them well. Like even like last year, there was like so many like Kai'Sa players just like randomly using her E just to get let's say E on the wave or E into the fight to get attack speed instead of just like walking up and saving her Kai'Sa E for let's say Lee Sin wants to jump on you and you can just like you could actually cancel Lee Sin kick by using your invisibility. And you could like, I mean, you could honestly like dodge so many of the champions and meta abilities by using your E, but lots of Kaisers were just like using it to join the fight instead of using it in the fight to escape an ability that they didn't anticipate. So it's a little about this like, I mean, it's similar for more champs, but it's like for AD carries, I feel like if you fuck up, you will instantly die, basically. That's why I'm putting emphasis on them, because if you like, let's say, use your Akali Q wrong in a team fight, it doesn't matter because you will have another Q in 2 seconds. Like who gives a fuck, you know? You will lose 300 damage, but that's what it is. Or even if you use a wrong TF card, like if you sell gold card, you click blue card, you will just do 1000 damage, you know, with one card. It's fine. But with AD carry, if you use a skill wrong, with champions that can like either like Vayne Tumble or Vayne E or even like Aphelios use a wrong gun, like you might just actually die, you know. So that's I guess the thrill of it. I don't think mages are that good right now because I think they're better mid. I think if mid meta is a bit different, like let's say when there is like assassins in the mid lane, and yeah, I guess like AD champs and assassins, I think then mages are better on bot because you easily are useful against them. And if you let's say play like something like Orianna bot or Cassia bot even, and enemy mid has like a Azir or any kind of mage that's just gonna be 2 levels up on you, then you're gonna be like just like a 2 times worse mage than enemy mid is. So what is a good about Kalista and Nautilus? I think what is so good about them is they are aggressive, they like to force. So I think it works well with our team whenever we have an aggressive mid lane pick, like aggressive mid jungle and an aggressive bot. Then we're just really good at forcing our options to map. I don't think many teams are good at doing that. For example, I think Mad Lions is pretty good at that in Europe. So I think Mad Lions is like a good team with Kalista. But I don't think actually, I might be missing someone, but I don't actually think any other team is good with it, Kalista, in Europe. Yeah, I don't think so, yeah. So we just have to force fights and know how to take those fights. How do you decide between taking cleanse and building QSS? You mostly take cleanse if it's useful for your lane. Or it depends on the game, honestly, like it's hard to say. You just have to, I don't know. You have to just make a judgment call. I'd say if enemy has like a Volibear, you're playing bot and enemy has Volibear jungle and TF mid, then you probably have to take cleanse, like no matter what. Because they're for sure gonna go bot and try to kill you if you don't have cleanse. And even if you do, they'll probably try to do the same. So I think when an enemy has a lot of CC that can kill you, you should take cleanse. How do you pair Aphelios guns? It also depends what you're fighting against. Like if you're fighting against short range comp, then honestly it really depends. Like I don't know, like the champions that you're fighting against, you can hit them, and you probably want to take like red white. And if the champions that are like that you can't hit them much, you probably want to take like green blue. But honestly, almost always like blue is just most of the gun. So whatever you take blue should be pretty good. I think blue white is not that good actually. It's very hard to actually make use of the chakrams. So blue white is probably like the worst. But you can have like blue red and blue green, and that's like always good against like almost every comp, I think. So it depends. If enemy has like really long range, you can also have like, yeah. It just depends what you're playing as, honestly.